Good morning, welcome to the Lake District. I've been meaning to get out for weeks, but there's been so many storms coming through the UK, I've not been out. And then you look at Facebook and YouTube, and there's been loads of people out. Anyhow, this weekend looks okay, not brilliant, but okay, so I'm out. I'm actually at Glenriddin. I'm going to do Glenriddin Dodd, Sheffield Pike, which apparently is a bog fest, and Hart Side. Hart Side is the one that beat me last time out. My nemesis, so it's not going to beat me this time. I'll make sure. Well, famous last words. So I parked in Patterdale. I was going to park in Glenriddin, and then decided to park in Patterdale, which meant an extra mile's walk, but I was here nice and early. I'm on my own, as you can tell. Ooh. Getting old. Yeah, solo camp this time, which I don't mind. It's nice to have a change now and again. My lad's fixing his car. Every time it's doable, it's on. He has something he has to do, either work or see to his car. And Cal's busy this weekend. I dare say he'll be out next weekend. Remember to check out his channel as well, the Summit Explorer. He makes some really good videos, quite detailed. So let's get 3 Wainwrights bagged. Get them bagged hopefully today. And that's some more ticked off. I think it's going to take me another 2 years to finish. I think I've got about 70 to do, something like that. And like last time I was out, I only got 1 done. It's not a good average, is it? So, I don't know which way is up now. The path splits. I think it's to the path to the right. I'll show you. I'm sure it is. So the path splits. You can see there's a bit of a frost. Sure it's that way it's got to be. I'll check my map in a minute. I've had a storm alert on my phone, on my watch, I should say. It's not supposed to be storms, although today's forecast to be broken sunshine later, and then fog all evening, and the wind is supposed to pick up through the early hours of Sunday morning, like, you know, after midnight, and then gradually pick up through the day up to about 30 miles an hour. But hopefully I'll be off before they hit 20, which it's still windy, 20 miles an hour, which is about my limit. Stops becoming enjoyable after that. Oh yeah, I've kind of been dodging storms. Every weekend when I've been able to go out, there seems to be a storm this, a storm that. And I think, oh no, it's too rough to go out. And then you look on Facebook and everybody's out having a great time. Well, yeah, I'm out today, so I'm guessing Sheffield Pike's up there in the clag behind me. And this is the way to Glenriddin Dodd. I'll see you up there. Boom. Glenriddin Dodd. I think it's a Wainwright. I'm sure it is. I did check. It's nice to have the summits to yourself. That's the advantage of having an early start. At least that's 1 in the bag anyway. If nothing else, it's 1 done. No wind at the minute. It's supposed to get windy, or windier. Off to the next one, Sheffield Pike. Just coming down from Glenriddin Dodd, and it looks like there's a couple of tracks, footpaths, up to Sheffield Pike. And I think I'm going to take the one to the right just there. Well, that looks the safest bet. I think this one that's marked on the map, the official one anyway. That's the way I'm going to go. Them two paths I pointed out from Glenridding Dodd over to Sheffield Pike, I think they both come out of the same place anyway. And this is what I mean about a bog fest. It's not too bad, but it's not fully frozen. You're still sinking into it. So it might be like that up there. Yeah. Little scrambly bits now. Bit of a drop off. Ull's water in the distance in the clag. The mist. Still got snow on the very tops. We might get a little bit. We might have a little bit of that. I don't know if we're going to be high enough. Not seen anybody yet. Do they know something I don't? That's worrying. Normally it's packed. I know I'm early, but I didn't think I was that early. Right, high up. Doesn't look tricky, but yeah, I'll put you away. Bit of a scrambly bit now, all the way up. I think this weather's in for the day, I think. Right, time to pay attention. Can't see a thing. Frozen solid. Oh dear. That stream should be running. It should be. So I can get water. If not, I'll have to get some snow, but there's not much of that. There'll be some sheltered bits where it's banked. It's a good job I've got GPS, but it's a case of, I think, just follow the well-trodden tracks. But you can tell here, if it wasn't frozen, it'd be really boggy in sections. I mean, in the summer, I dare say you could get water from there, but I don't think I would. It'd be really peaty. Now then, I would imagine it's that way. Can you hear that? Nothing. Not a breath. Not a bird. Not an insect. Nothing. Creep yourself out, couldn't you? Right. Oh, got a sore knee. I didn't want to mention it and have a whinge, but I've got a sore knee. So every time you see me flinch a little bit, it's just my knee twinging. But never mind. Right, crack on. Boom. Sheffield Pike in the bag. Well, that's gone dark. Will it not get a bit lighter? Sheffield Pike. I'm on the trig, the summit. That's where we are. Because, as you can tell, can't see anything. You know, if I slipped and knocked myself out, nobody about. Nobody at all. And it's alright having one of them Garmin in reach. If you're unconscious, you can't press it, can you? Yeah, nothing. I think over that way, is it that way behind me? Behind me, I think is Helvellyn. Kind of to my right would be Place Fell, just above Ullswater. Now I'm on my own. We're on our own, me and you. That's all there is. Nobody else. Just us. Wow. Not seen a soul, apart from the very start, leaving the car park. Not seen a soul. Which is kind of cool, actually. But a little bit eerie at the same time. Well, on to the next one, but we'll pick up water on the way and hopefully have a coffee or something. See what it's like. That was scary. I set off walking thinking I was walking the exact correct way, the right way, and I wasn't. I was walking the complete opposite direction and I was convinced it was the right way. Luckily I only walked 20 feet and checked the GPS, and even then I thought, no, it can't be that way. But trust your GPS, it is, and it was. So it's just so easy in the clag like this, when everything looks, you know, very similar. How people get lost and end up in the wrong valley, and then they end up in the dark or exhausted or hypothermic. So easily done. On a cheerful note, anyway, we're on our way. Just stuck my jacket on while I've stopped. I've come off my original plan track route to find water. It was frozen solid over that side. Anyway, I found some water just above the quarry. This quarry behind me. I think I planned, you see, the way down tomorrow. So I'm gonna take a break here. I might make a coffee. I'm gonna filter some water here. I'm gonna get it while it's here. I'm not gonna risk not getting it further on. I'm gonna do that now. Oh God, that is so slippy. This is going to put my bag at about 17 kilos, this. That's a big chunk out of the landscape. Well, I think this is Whitestones. Boom. Might not be, there might be some a fraction that way. It's not a Wainwright, I'm not that fussed. Not bothered. Be nice to have bagged it. It could be just up there. So I've got time to have a wander. I'll see. I might come back to this spot. Doesn't look too bad. The ground is frozen solid. Some rocks to bash the pegs in. Yeah, it looks alright, this spot. The clouds lifted for a couple of minutes, but I was near the quarry, near the bottom, and it's gone again. yeah, I might just have a little mooch up that way, bag the real summit if this isn't it. It looks like it is. And then off to Hart Side, and then maybe come back. We'll see what Hart Side's like. If I come back, I've got to come back this way tomorrow to go down, so it just saves a bit of time tomorrow and back to work Monday, so it's like salvage a bit of time with the family. Yeah, I'll go and do that. I'll go and have a quick look and get back to you. I can't emphasise enough how easy it is to get lost. I got to Hart Side and got totally disorientated again. It's just so easy. You're busy, you know, looking at features, you know, the stones, and taking some photographs, and you know, by the time you've walked, you know, round a minute or two, it's totally featureless. And then, you know, I took a big 360 loop walk round, you know, to look at the GPS to make sure I was gonna set off in the correct direction. I just passed a group of ladies. They've just done Hart Side, so that's where they've come from. So this is definitely the right way, and they're off to Stybarrow. But you can't see anything. It's even hard to keep on the tracks. But this Hart Side, it's not going to beat me. I'm going to get here, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I should camp on it really, because it's like been niddling me for a few weeks now. Now then, Hart Side. Boom that one. I'll boom that one. Now, the true Wainwright isn't the highest point in the trig. It's further down a bit. So I'll get this one. Boom. It could be this. Could be this, or it could be slightly over there. I'll go and have a look. It's hard to tell with all this clag. If I've missed it, I've missed it. I mean, I've done the fell. What else can you do? I'll be ticking it off regardless. I think I've done it in my book. What do you think? Oh well, you got to touch the right one. You know, it don't count. I can't see where it could be if it's not that one. I tell you what, I'm coming down the track a bit. I don't think I'm camping on here, by the way. I'm going to walk back to Whitestones. It's a nice flat spot that I've spotted. And because it's not a Wainwright, it's going to get less attention. This could be it. Probably is actually. Boom. Trying to trick us, aren't you? Little tinker. Mr. Wainwright. Well, if it's not this, I don't know. It'll do for me. It will. Well, the wind is nothing like what they forecast. They were forecasting this fog from late afternoon all night. And during the day they were forecasting like 10 miles an hour. Rising to 20 into Sunday. So if this is 0 and we get the 10 tomorrow, I'll be happy with that, yeah. Cool. I must admit, I'm getting a tad tired now. But it's not that late. I think it's about 2 o'clock. I'm gonna hike back to the 3/4 of a mile or so back to white stones and find a nice pitch, and I didn't see any footprints up there, only mine, so I should be alright to pitch, I think, at this time. Make sure I set off in the right direction, eh? Okay. All set up. I'm going to unpack my bag, so I may as well show you what I've brought with me. I've got my little sit mat. That's the first thing I pulled out. Sit on that. I don't want a cold bump. Get rid of these. That's the water I've picked up. 2 of them. That's unfiltered at the minute. Brought me spikes, mini spikes. Might need them in the morning for going down. The other water, like that, like there. The Exos 48 rucksack. You can see that. Mucky. Route map. Just in case, that I've laminated. Little poop kit. I bring it every time, never need it. Hardly. It's only if I do 2 nights I might need it, but not on 1. Always manage to hang on, so to speak. Emergency blanket. First aid kit for me, and bits and bobs of spare stuff for the tent and rip stop and, you know, tear aid, that sort of thing, and all that palaver. So I'll put them in here. I know where they are. In fact, that can live in the rucksack. Cloth for wiping down the tent. That's a filter, a charcoal filter I brought just in case I could only get mucky water, and I didn't want to run mucky water through my filter, so I'd run it through that first. That was the plan. So a wind meter, not going to need that today. Put them there. Cloth for wiping down. Come here. Waterproofs in the lid, waterproof pants, waterproof top, warmer gloves, that's all in the lid. What the Americans call a ditty bag. It's all my electronics for the camera, spare batteries, charger, you know, battery pack, all that palaver in there. Me Rab down jacket in there. My cook set, it's the MSR Deluxe and a 600 pot, nice and simple really. Not there. Got some Rab down pants. I like the comforts. My food bag with some other bits and bobs. A wash kit, some wipes, toothbrush, painkillers, earplugs, toothpaste, rubbish bag, my light. Oh, I didn't mean to bring that. Just spare lighter, food. I'm going to make a brew in a bit. My water filter, I need to make sure that doesn't freeze. Sort that out in a bit. Rucksack cover. Cup with my head torch and Flextail pump inside. Store them in that normally. Saves them being switched on accidentally. Some wine for later. You know this wine? It's the cheap stuff in a carton, and I think it's £5.50. If you drank it at home, it'd be horrible. But for some reason, out of a cup on a mountain, it's lovely. Strange, and it's only weak, so it's not so bad. Rab 900 sleeping bag. I've had to compress it in a compression sack, and it's in a pack liner with some merino leggings and top to sleep in, to make sure I keep the sleeping bag clean. I always sleep in clean clothes in all my sleeping bags, and it keeps them clean, makes them last a lot longer. A reflective foil for sitting here, weighs next to nothing. An extra foam pad for going under the mat. And my X-Ped R5 and pillow. So that's all that. That's about it. So I'll set all that up and then show you what that looks like when it's all set up. A bit of a slope down actually. Not to worry. Right, I said I'd bring you back and show you when I was all set up, but it's a bit embarrassing this. It's a bit of a tip, which isn't like me. But what I tried to do, I've been trying to charge a few bits and bobs up, so I've got changed, I've got all into my down pants and what have you, and jacket. They're damp. Need to do something with them. So I put an hand warmer under the power bank to try and assist that. Charge my watch up in a bit. Got my map. That's the map I laminated, just in case everything failed. Just a bit of a backup. Just print them off when you've got the OS maps. You can just print your route off and laminate it if need be. So there's that. My stove. You see that? Yeah. That's the windshield. Who makes that? Is it Optimus or something? Yeah. It's quite heavy for what it is, but it's quite good as well. It keeps your pot in place, and obviously it's a windbreak. If I were doing a long distance walk, obviously in the summer, I'd ditch that. I wouldn't take that, but I'd take that. I'd ditch the cup as well. Let's get off. Rubbish bag full of rubbish, as you can see. Leave no trace, take it all back. Which it will do. That's that. Oh. Yeah, a bit disorganised. That's my little radio. I'll put that on in a bit. I've carried that up, so I may as well. Nice little radio. I probably even wouldn't take that on a long distance walk. Not if two of us went. If I went on my own, I might take that. I don't know. Yeah. That's it, really. The little light up there. That's been a good light. That Goal Zero. Good light, that. Okay, I don't think I'll bring you back unless something good happens. It's just all rubbish outside. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, nothing's changed. We just got -1, I think. Or just below -1. Like I said, when we was out in January, it was -3. Well, -3.5 or something, 0.5. And it feels colder now at -1 than it did at -3, because it's just, there's so much damp in the air, and it's just, yeah, it's not nice at all. it'd be well, it would have been so different if it'd have been clear skies. Even though it'd have been colder, it'd have been just so much nicer with the views and the stars, and just nothing, just clag. But it's all good fun. It's all experience. It's all learning and what have you. Anyhow, waffling. I'll bring you back if something interesting happens. So I'll see you later. Just made myself an hot chocolate. And what I'll do when I have my meal, that takes 300ml of water. There's actually measurements on the side of the cup inside. So I'll rinse it out, I'll measure the exact amount and boil that, because it's a faff trying to gutter the line and this, that and the other. Line D or whatever it is inside. Faff, so I'm going to measure out 300 exactly and do that. I've just been outside and it's grim. Proper grim. So there's no point in being outside, it's rubbish. Hot chocolate, lovely. Too early to start on the wine. I'll have some wine with my tea. Yeah, it's going dark now. Got my light on. And there's no change in the clag. But it's really wet. Really wet, and it's horrible. So ice is forming all around the tent and the guys and everything. And it's dropped down to minus 1.5, so I think it did say we're going to get to -2. Probably will do. We'll see. Anyhow, I think that's probably it for tonight. Nothing exciting's going to happen now, is it? So, and they taste alright. Spag bol. I like these ones. And it's just simple. I couldn't imagine cooking a burger or something and all the faff in a tent. I know people do, but I don't want that spitting inside my tent and it's smelling and all the rest of it. And I'll save that kind of cooking for nicer weather when I can cook outside. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, definitely. Anyhow, like I said, waffling again. My boots are wet through. I've got dry socks on, so I'm not putting my boots back on until the morning. I'll just get my dry socks wet. So yeah, see what it's like in the morning. See you later. Good morning. It's nice and early. 6 AM, Sunday morning. Made myself a nice cup of coffee. Use them coffee bags I have as a treat. You can see that. Use some coffee bags from Asda's or Tesco's, wherever. £3 for a box of 10. Everything is soaked through. Inside the fly's frozen. Inside the inner is all wet. The sleeping bag's all damp, which I hate compressing a damp sleeping bag. Doesn't do them any good at all. Outside got down to minus 2.5. Inside the vestibule, minus 1.3. Poured some water in my pot just in case it froze solid. Anyway, it just had a layer of ice on my pot, so I always do that, because if it freezes solid, at least it's in your pot and you can boil it. It's not a problem. If it freezes in your pouches, you're stuffed. So yeah, my knee gave me a lot of problem last night, a lot of pain. Kept me awake. I have no idea what I've done to it, none whatsoever, which is concerning. It is age, I suppose. Getting old. This is one of the reasons why come out and do stuff while you still can. Enjoy things instead of putting them off. Get out there and get them done if you're fit and able. Right, I'm gonna have this, get everything packed, get everything pulled down and walk off as soon as it starts coming light, if I'm packed up in time. I'm going to put my spikes on, I think. I don't want to risk slipping on the way down, and I'm going to get a crack on. Not what I'm about. I'll catch you later. Baltic on the fingers is that. Leave no trace as usual. Goes without saying. Try and find my way down now in the clag, which is concerning. I'm going to have to put my gloves on. I'll do a wind check. Minus 8.8. Now is that the wind chill? I think it is. I've not got my glasses on. So minus, well, like I said, it got minus down to 2.5. So the wind chill is 8.2. Yeah, it's cold. Oh, minus 9 wind chill we got then. Yeah, it's around that. Check I've not left anything behind. And leave no trace. I've got my spikes on. I always learn something from these camps, and this one is navigation and how easy it is to get lost. In fact, I don't know exactly which way I'm going now. If I can find, it's just impossible. Everything looks the same. I walked up to that spot. I can't even find the path that you walk up to that. I can see my footprints from yesterday. Yeah, my fingertips are frozen. Yeah. See, walking around in circles, it's so easily done. I think I'm going to follow them these tracks down a little bit. Just near the tent, there was some, you can see them, tracks. It's quite, I think there's people gone this way. Yeah, navigation in conditions like this, it brings it home how serious it is and how easy it is to get lost. Found the path now. I am so glad to be down off the mountain and out of that clag. I really am. It's really surprised me how disorientating it is. I've been in conditions like that before, but I think I've always had a more well-defined path to follow, and it's not really been an issue. But you go off the path, off the track, or the trail, whatever you want to call it, and all of a sudden you turn round a couple of times and you're just completely disorientated. Just no idea where you are. This is all the old quarry down here, the old mining works. So I'm going to cross this bridge, I think, unless there's another trail. Yeah, cross this bridge and follow one of the trails down. Take these spikes off at this bridge. So this might be the last piece of the video, I think. So if you've stayed with me this far, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next adventure. So cheers, see you next time. very rocky and windy path back down into the valley. Two choices: scenic or road. The road's the shortest, obviously, and quickest. And the sun's made an appearance. Thank you very much. Better late than never. We're going to say it's rude not to, but I've got half a cup of coffee here. How much is water?